Imagination, fueled by big dreams, can turn almost any possibility into reality. You shape your own world. When a crisis hits, we usually have two choices. First, we might see it as a pressing emergency, which is a natural response in the beginning. Or we can tackle it with fresh ideas and innovation. Looking at this from a biological standpoint helps us understand how individuals and societies react. When life throws us into tough situations, our bodies kick into gear with a basic survival system called the fight or flight response. This system is ancient, designed to help us deal with threats by giving us extra energy. Back in the day, it helped our ancestors escape predators. But nowadays, everyday stresses like money problems, work stress, or even just traffic jams trigger the same response. Most of the time, we can handle short bursts of stress, like a zebra escaping a lion and then going back to normal once the danger is gone. Stress messes with our body and brain's balance, and the stress response is a way for our bodies to try and fix that. But if we can't switch it off, it can make us sick. When we treat a crisis like an emergency, our bodies start pumping out chemicals like adrenaline and cortisol. These chemicals stir up emotions like anger, fear, anxiety, and depression. They push us towards selfishness and self-centeredness. When a crisis hits, it's sad to see people become so focused on themselves. This just makes the crisis worse. Everyone starts acting selfish, competing with each other, and acting like they did way back when. This makes it hard to deal with the crisis properly. Plus, the chemicals our bodies release when we're stressed make us see things in a weird way. We feel like we're all alone, so we fight even harder to get what we want. This makes us easy to control because we're too busy being afraid, competing, and arguing to work together. Trying to solve a crisis by being selfish and only thinking about yourself just makes things worse. It tears people apart and makes everything even more confusing. But if we see a crisis as a chance to do something new and cool, we can come up with smart ideas. We just have to think outside the box and use our creativity. This means using the smart part of our brain to come up with new ideas and find new ways to deal with problems. The hard part is not doing the same things over and over again. Most of the time, we have the same thoughts every day without even realizing it. This makes us act the same way all the time, which stops us from changing and growing. If we want to change things and make a better world, we have to look at how we think and act. We need to figure out if what we usually do helps us get where we want to go, or if it holds us back. Understanding ourselves and how we act is really important if we want to make our dreams come true. Our thoughts and actions show who we are, and they also shape the world around us. If we want things to change, we have to start with ourselves. Changing the way we act can change the whole world. We just have to be brave enough to think differently and try new things when things get tough. Our world is shaped by what's happening around us, which can affect how we think and feel. Sometimes, it seems like we don't have much control over what's going on. But is it possible for us to change our thoughts and feelings and make a difference in the world around us? This idea can be tough to grasp, especially when we're worried about basic things like food and taking care of our families. So, what can we do differently? Well, there aren't many options at first glance. However, when we start asking big questions like, how can I make my business work in a changing world? Or, how can I make my future better? Something amazing can happen. The secret to this change lies in learning new things. When we learn something new, our brains make new connections. That's what learning is all about. So, as we explore new ideas and gather information, our brains start working in different ways. They come up with new ideas and think in different patterns, and that changes the way we see things. Our mind is basically our brain in action. When we let our creativity loose, something incredible happens. We stop being ruled by our worries and fears, those feelings that make it hard to see what's ahead. To make a fresh start, we have to let go of the old ways that kept us going before. This shift marks the beginning of something really smart and new. Once we decide to do something, that's when the real magic starts. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He was kicked out of Apple, the company he helped start, but then he went on to create Pixar. Later, he came back to Apple and became a big shot there. Most people would be crushed by losing their job, but a person who thinks differently starts looking for new opportunities. People often let their past define how they feel. They carry around the weight of their past experiences and let them decide who they are. But imagine someone loses their job and decides it's a chance to try something new. They start breaking free from their old self and stepping into something unknown. It's not easy because it means leaving behind what's comfortable and heading into the unknown. Most people stick to what they know because it feels safe. But those who dare to step into the unknown often find themselves in the best spot to create something totally fresh. When they embrace this new territory, they open doors to exciting chances they wouldn't have found otherwise. Nowadays, we have a different way of looking at crises. We can see them as big problems or as chances to come up with new ideas and make things better. When we start seeing the possibilities, we give ourselves and others the power to break away from doing the same old stuff. But here's the thing. Just thinking about change or dreaming of a better world isn't enough. We have to actually be the change we want to see. To truly make peace, we have to act peacefully in everything we do. To bring abundance, we have to think abundantly. It's like how magnets work. Similar things attract each other, but iron doesn't attract gold. As people start taking care of themselves and breaking free from their old habits, we move from being all about ourselves to caring about others. When we're not so focused on ourselves, our hearts open up and we think about what's best for everyone when we make decisions. We start believing in the future and feeling connected to others. This idea of oneness grows. The thought that what we do affects others and what others do affects us. And when people really take care of themselves and get past their doubts, they start loving themselves for who they are. True self-love comes when we get over our own limits, like anger, fear, and feeling unsure. Then, life becomes something to cherish, with surprises around every corner, and a happiness that feels real and true. We often think that feeling angry, scared, worried, or unsure is just how life is. But really, these feelings are just when our minds aren't at their best. Our real selves are all about being free, inspired, and happy. Making changes in ourselves can lead to big changes in our culture. When we act in ways that break away from what's usual, others notice and might start doing the same. When more people make these changes, the whole group can change too. In tough times, we have to see crises as chances to come up with new ideas and make things better. To do that, we have to think beyond what we already know, learn new things, and take steps toward a brighter future. The hardest part of all this is finding the time to learn, get ready, and make plans for the future while being brave enough to take a step into the unknown. Understanding that change is necessary and actually making it happen helps us move away from a crisis-focused way of living to one that's more about caring for others. When we all start embracing this caring attitude and showing it in our lives, we let the exciting power of new ideas shape where we're headed. This switch to caring about others and working together has the potential to really change our culture and make a world where there's plenty for everyone and peace all around. We've got to get how closely linked our thoughts, feelings, and the big web of possibilities are. Your brain is like a supercomputer with tons of tiny parts and connections. These parts talk to each other using electricity and chemicals, making up big networks that decide what you think, how you feel, and what you do. Your brain isn't just reacting to the world, it's making sense of everything based on what you see, hear, and feel. And your mind isn't just in your brain, it's all over your body. So every thought you have sends out special chemicals and hormones that change how you feel, physically and emotionally. This connection between your mind and body means that your thoughts aren't just thoughts. They really affect how you're doing. Your brain's ability to change and adjust, called neuroplasticity, is key to understanding how powerful your mind is. It means your brain isn't set in stone. It can rewire itself depending on what you think and do. If you keep thinking about certain things and feeling certain ways, you can actually change how your brain works, and that changes how you see the world and how you act. Thoughts aren't just ideas floating around. They're a kind of energy. In the world of tiny particles and waves, everything, even thoughts, is made up of energy vibrating at different speeds. This means your thoughts give off a kind of energy that mixes with everything else around you. When your thoughts and feelings match up, they make a kind of harmony. This harmony sends out a special vibe that connects with similar vibes in the world around you. Realizing how much power your mind has means understanding that you can choose what you think, feel, and do. You can steer your life in the direction you want by putting your mental and emotional energy into what you want to achieve. Knowing this is a big deal because it means you have the power to change your life. This cycle can either help you reach your goals or hold you back, depending on what you're feeling. Your emotions give off a kind of vibe that mixes with everything around you, kind of like a big web of energy and info that's everywhere. When you're feeling good, you're in tune with the good stuff in this web, making it easier to get what you want. Changing how you feel means turning those bad vibes into good ones, like turning fear into bravery or anger into kindness. It's not about ignoring your feelings, but about choosing to feel better on purpose. Your brain, where your habits and beliefs hang out, really listens to how you're feeling. So when you're feeling good all the time, you're training your brain to help you get what you want. Your heart is like the captain of your emotional ship. Scientists have found out that your heart makes its own kind of energy field, which can affect how your brain and body work. When you feel good things in your heart, it sends clear signals to your brain, making your feelings even better. Emotional harmony is when your heart and brain are on the same page, making you feel calm and balanced. In this state, your body works its best, and your brain becomes a real powerhouse for making your dreams come true. Changing how you feel takes practice and sticking with it. It's not about ignoring bad feelings, but choosing to focus on the good ones. Doing things like meditation and staying mindful can help you get better at controlling your feelings. When you keep feeling good and staying focused on what you want, you send out a clear message to the universe, making it more likely that good things will come your way. First things first, you gotta be super clear about what you want. Picture exactly what you want and imagine it like it's already happened. This sets a strong goal in your mind, which is like a map for the universe. Regular meditation helps you take charge of your thoughts and feelings. It lets you quiet down all the noise in your head and reach the part of your mind where real change can happen. By being mindful, you start to notice how you think and can push your thoughts in the right direction. Focus on right now because this is where you can make things happen. Forget about stuff you wish you did differently in the past or things you're worried about in the future. Live in the moment and make choices that match what you want. Start acting like your dreams have already come true. This not only reminds you of your goals, but shows the universe that you're ready for good things to come your way. Do things that line up with what you want. Trust that things will work out and let the universe do its thing. It takes time and effort to change, so be patient with yourself and the process. Stick to your goals even when it feels like nothing's happening right away. Remember, you're not just watching life happen, you're part of making it happen. The science we've talked about shows how much your thoughts and feelings affect your life. When you understand how powerful your mind is, you can make your life as awesome as you want it to be. Your mind isn't just stuck in your head. It reaches out and shapes the world with your thoughts and focus. The universe listens to your vibes, so keep sending out the good ones and watch what happens. As you keep going on your journey, remember that you're the one in control of your own transformation and making your dreams come true. Own up to the power and freedom that comes with this knowledge. Like I always say, change your mind, change your life. It's not just a catchy saying. It's a real truth backed up by science and life experience. The power to make your life amazing is all inside you. So, embrace this newfound knowledge with open arms and step boldly into the life you've always dreamed of. Trust in the process, stay committed to your vision, and watch as the universe conspires to bring your desires to fruition. If you found this message uplifting and empowering, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content that will guide you on your path to greatness. Keep watching the videos on your left and right to delve deeper into the wisdom that awaits you. Thank you for taking time and watching till the end.